we're going to go ahead and jump right on into this. So, guys, welcome to our last episode of the season of Indie Talks. Okay, it's bittersweet. But, of course, I'm your host, Aisha Lewis Redway, and my beautiful co-host,
Danielle Meeks.
All right, so tonight, first of all, this gentleman here, he's a recording artist, you're a producer, you're an influencer, you wear multiple hats, like doing it your thing. And the music is crazy. Okay. We'd like to welcome Lor Sosa.
Yeah. What's going on? I
Hey,
appreciate that too. I'm just a fan of music for real.
Of course.
We are too.
Listen, we love it over here. We listen to everything.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump right on into this. Okay, so first of all, and I know this might seem like very simple, but you know, I've definitely we do our research over here. We look and try to follow the artists and try to dig into their reasoning for getting into music. But talk about your start, and because you started young, obviously in music. Kind of talk about your started career. You coming from Maryland, and really building your journey in music.
I feel like it started the same way as it be for a lot of like young black artists. Like we all came up during like such a wicked time in music. Like so just being such a big fan of the music, like we all kind of fantasize about what it would be like to be a artist, So just from that, and just from, like I said, being so deep into the music, like when I got my chance to just play around with the mic, you know what I mean, and see what my voice sounded like, and leading to like making my first track, like just being able to hear my voice on a record, and kind of just having that thought, like I can make the same type of music that I listen to, So it's like kind of just like that competitiveness that came into it, like right from the jump, kind of like just dug me into this real deep rabbit hole with music, and just being able to do it kind of just built and snowballed into everything that's going on right now. I never really thought that it would pan out to being like what it is right now. I'm seeing my numbers like really go crazy right now, and the city's really picking up the record, and I'm just feeling blessed for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel, because it is like picking up, do you ever feel like a sense of like being overwhelmed and like this should be too much?
Oh yeah, definitely. Cause like I know y'all I'm just introducing myself to your audience and everything, but it like behind every artist is like sometimes it's a struggle. Some artists they blessed to be able to just jump right into the game, and they take off, get signed, go crazy. But me, like, I really had to grind and really had to struggle. And there was a lot of times that I thought, you feel me, like I should do other things or not, put as much of myself into the music. So it's like going through that and having that doubt and everything make the win so much more like meaningful. You know what I mean? Like for a lot of people, they think, you'll get there and then, but just having this little win for me is like huge, you know what I mean? Like not like really knocked me out my chair.
Yeah.
And it just like it's real validating, and a lot of people around me, they tell me like, bro, you ain't gotta feel validated, like you the one, like you doing this and that, that's what your circle's supposed to be like, But just having that and having, the city route with me and seeing like folks that listening across the whole country and across the world for real.
Yeah.
It's just cool. Like it's real cool, and it's like a big W, and it feels way better for me now than had it just came easy,
Now talk about, obviously coming into music and as an artist, and it's a blessing, definitely see how your music is definitely adapting across different audiences. Kind of talk about for you as the artist yourself, how you just basically hold your individuality and not try to fall, trapped to trends.
Yeah, that's deep, because you kind of had to be like real mindful of trends. You know what I mean? Like everything that I made before this last little wave of tracks that I've been making has really been like real individual, and it's been based on like just my own ear and my own like sound and everything. But I feel like I kind of had to I had to be mindful of trends. You know, like Midnight Social is like it's an influence based on kind of like this dance trend that's going on right now, and me being able to put my own sauce onto it, like it's just it's me following the trend, but at the same time, like I'm able to put like my own, you
Into
know,
Your
yeah.
my
mix too.
own, yeah, my own thing into it. So it's just like it's hard not to, you know, kind of follow the trends, you know,
Hmm.
but you just gotta kind of spin it your own way
Yeah,
and just
no,
follow what works, you know.
absolutely, absolutely. If you weren't doing music right now, what do you think you would be doing? Like, is there like another like path that you think you would have, like career path you would have done?
I'm not really sure. Like I'm really not sure. Before music, I was going through like a pretty dark time,
Hmm.
you know, and like dealing with the music, I've been able to get into real estate. I've been able to get I've been able to get my entrepreneur on, you know, just on the little amount of um you know just stuff that has been able to get
Yeah,
me
yeah,
the
yeah.
doors that it's been able to open. I've been able to use to you know, cross over into other things, but definitely probably real estate. But like I said, without the music and the legal money, you know, it's hard to get into real estate.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what I would be doing, but um you know, my brothers in prison. A lot of my friends that I grew up with is gone or in prison, you
Mm.
know. So it's like I don't want to say I'll be into like that, like a street type life, but being able to do something positive has been able to keep me keep me from, you know, letting that suck me
Staring at
back
yeah,
into that way.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I
like
mean?
music it saved you.
Yeah,
And I
definitely.
think it's so important to also like that you highlighted that like music it allowed you to go into like different like real estate and different like entrepreneurial things because you know some people they get into music and they think that's the end all be all like no this should be like the kickstarter for you to start different things you know
But that's a fact, and that's
and
what
the
I did
same
from the
like
beginning.
like even like music and even like with athletes that's just not going to be the end all be all they're doing like different things you know I think that's very important that you highlighted that.
Yeah, that's a fact, and that's on this level. You hear me from the beginning all the way to the
Mm,
top. All the biggest names, Hove, Nas,
Yeah.
they all they all as rich as they is because they branched off into
branch
other
out in
In
things.
those
the
different.
different lanes. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
got to listen. This industry
Got
is
to.
not fair.
That's a
Trust me, it's
fact.
not fair. Um, being that you said that, transitioning and coming into music, talk about, when you started your music journey, what was the scariest part to you?
I think the first time you do anything is the scariest part. That's what
Mhm.
I'm gonna say. The first time I went in the studio in front of a bunch of people when I started rapping, I was scared. The first time doing a show, scary. The first time you meet like another famous person, you know, it's like it gets your nerves kind of, you know, you get butterflies a little bit. But I think it's like for me, it's like the first time you do anything, it's
Yeah.
like kind of like after I do something the first time and kind of after, you know, a couple more times, it starts to get like less, you know, nerve wracking. But
Mm.
I think the first time you do anything, like yeah, that's
You don't got
definitely
used to it now. You
Now
good.
you a
yeah, that's a fact.
professional.
Yeah. First interview, matter of fact, I was sweating.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Did you have
Um,
to get? I had to piggyback. I'm sorry,
no, go
Nia.
ahead, go ahead.
Based on with that, did you feel like you had to get like prepped or training or things? Because I know obviously even with artists coming to music, because we talk about artist development a lot in regards to when it comes to labels or being really independent. Sometimes there's not always investment into the artist
Yeah.
development. Would you say that you invested into artist development to help you get through some of these hard times, or you kind of just like figured it out and was like, all right, I'm gonna work through this?
I feel like it's just being a sponge and just kind of like absorbing everything that's around you. I've been doing this for like 3 years now, so since the beginning, I just been peeping game, and you know, just being able to read the room and just listen to what people telling me, and you know, like you can't treat every situation like you're around your homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You gotta
That
be able to
part.
switch it up, and you gotta be able to, you know. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
definitely something I picked up. What was the question?
No,
I
you
forgot what you
good.
said.
You
My
was
mind
answering
started
it. It was
going
just
No,
full
you
time.
were
basically
good.
about
You were good.
you answered it. It was about artist development. You know, whether if not it was you
Right.
had someone help you make that development, or it was something you just kind of dealt with and figured out on your own.
Yeah, that goes back to me being like a fan of hip hop too. It's not just the music. Like we all watch the Breakfast Clubs.
Mm-hmm.
We all watch artist interviews, and that kind of like just like the music, it just sticks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the best thing for me was to just be able to be myself, and at the same time just be able to just kind of understand like where you at.
Yeah. No, for sure. What's like a business thing that you've learned within music from like the past 3 years? That's something like you was just like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this.
It's a whole lot. Definitely, it's like um like finding points where you make money from the music
Mm,
is like a big thing. Since we switched from CDs to streaming, you know, that's like changed the whole game.
Right.
So finding out what actually makes you money, um, seeing other artists, you know, uh, and just kind of peeping like following the money basically. That is a big thing. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot.
And it also, since you said, of course, yeah, CDs and turning into, DSPs, where you have to know that you're with the right digital platform for your streaming in order to be able to get revenue, because, it's a lot that goes into that as well. Paying attention, there's the payment versus what it is that you're getting for the stream. And if you're on the right platform, that you're going to be able to circulate, get the audience. So it's a big difference. It's a big change. And of course we have so many different things like social media to help push your audience, to help push your market and what you're doing in regards to your music. Hell, we found you.
Yeah, nah, that's the fact. It's just like the whole game is like it's different from when you an artist versus like kids that's watching right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I was looking at artists when I was coming up, you know, like Wayne and 50,
mm,
um, it was just different. Like when you see that, it's like you watching a movie, but when you on the other side of it, you kind of get to see like all these different type of things that they was dealing with. You know, it's like a lot of things that you see artists go through that if you're not an artist, you probably just wouldn't understand. Like seeing seeing artists like declining shows. You feel me? Like you don't really want to do. I heard Bad Bunny decline like a $2 million show. You know, and I heard that, and I was thinking like, damn, like who could do that? But he makes so much money, and it's like unless you're an artist and you've been on
yeah.
tour, then you don't understand what it feels like to be away from your family for
Right.
like 45 days, 90 days, you know, half a year you away from your fam. So it's like it's a lot of different things like that I kind of picked up on that's like different about the game than versus when you just watch it.
Okay. All right. So first off, I know you touch base in regards to your latest single, Midnight Social. I kind of wanted you to dig a little deeper because I've listened to both of your projects in which you had Borrowed Time, which actually you basically set the tone for your music, your industry, that actually led you to start working with Soldier Boy, Say Tobin, who's an amazing producer, like hands down. So talk about you being able to build that chain of music to get you where you at this present time.
So like so I'll start with Ball Time, right? That's my first project. Ball Time turned into an album, but it was really a mixtape. It was the
Mm,
first mix. It was the first like body of music that I ever really made. You hear me? I was like 20 songs deep that I had ever made, and I was in the studio and somebody heard it. They heard like the body of music, and they was like, "Oh, I'm about to give this to my folks." So I sent it to them, and then we ended up turning it into an album. But
Mm.
you know, we swapped out all of the beats, It was YouTube beats, and we swapped them into beats that we own, and we pretty much turned that body of music into like my first project. So it was like they heard it, they was like, "Damn, this is hard," and then they ended up, helping me turn it into like something I could really, get on the DSPs and sell. And that kind of just, like I said, it snowballed, and then
kicked open the door.
Yeah, open the door, and I want to just put out as much music as possible. But again, like with the music, it's like one thing that I learned is like you could put out a whole bunch of music, but it's better if you like grow it. If you get your project and you get the money behind it, you get the marketing, you get the strategy behind it. That way, if you putting out 15 songs in this 1 year, more people is going to listen to that than if you put out 100 songs and only a couple people hear each song. So it's like you really gotta pick the best and then put your eggs in that basket. So people will be able to hear that. So that's how it's done. Or else I would have dropped a whole lot more music. But doing it the way that I did, it's like more people was able to listen to it, and the brand was able to grow.
How do you know when it's right to release like a project? Like, how did you know Borrowed Time, like everything that was on there was right?
Well, that was another thing. I kind of had to learn how to, because I just wanted to get it and then just drop it, But I learned that, you gotta take the music, you gotta get the paperwork behind it. You need to own the beats. You need to master your music. You need to get it mixed by a professional engineer. And then, there's things like there's quarters in each year that where artists will pick like certain quarters to drop their music. But I didn't know a whole lot about that. But like I said, I have a team, so they help me pick like when was the best time. But I've been able to get at least a project out every year since I started.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a blessing.
All right. Now, I want to talk to you about from the influencer side of it. Talk about how you keep balance in your life, not only for, as the artist, the creative, the producing, and then just your personal life. Like, how do you able to manage balance now that you're getting, it's growing you're getting up there?
Yeah. I mean, now that it's getting where it's getting to, it just made me have so much more confidence. And it's like all of this grind, like it always start like the same for me. Like there's no days off for me. I always had basically the same day. Like I wake up, I do some type of workout, eat, and then I get to the studio, And then from that time, like I leave when I feel like something's done, or I feel like whenever something's right. But every day I basically just get to the lab, and then if I feel like making a beat, then I make a beat. But if not, I'm just rapping, picking out beats, or doing whatever it is that I do in the studio. But yeah, it's like it's work, but it's not work.
Right.
Like I love to be in there, and I love making music. So it's where I would be even if I wasn't getting paid. So to be able to be getting paid from it is just like a blessing. So that's just how it goes. Like I wake up, and it's basically just work. So I wake up, work out, and then I get to the lab, and then I just spend all my other time with my family. I got a little boy.
Do you ever take vacation time so that way you're not overburning yourself, and you just take some type of moments of clarity, just step away from
what do you do for your mental health?
I feel like for that it's I had to travel a lot. Like I've been to Atlanta, Miami, New York, all kind of places in Houston, Cali. I take whenever I'm out there, it's fun, So it's work, but at the same time you can see it kind of almost the same way.
Like a vacation.
It's not the same as a real vacation. It's not the same as a real vacation. But me, I just look at it like I'm out here in LA. I'm whipping something nice. I'm in the studio with an artist that
Yeah.
I've been, you know, listening to since I was, you know, so it's like for me, that's like it's the same mental relief that you might get from a vacation.
Yeah.
And also the same thing happens when I'm working out. You know, it's like the same thing kind of happens. But yeah, I haven't been on a vacation in a minute. For real.
See, now you about to see. I put that spark in your head. You gonna
Yeah.
let
Go
me book
ahead,
this
Nah,
trip to DR real quick.
yeah,
listen,
that
be
might be the
outside.
move. That might be the move.
First of all, talk about the perspective. I guess. Hold on. I'm sorry. I want to kind of go back to some of the, when you're in the studio, because obviously you say, you do have this routine. You wake up, you work out, you go to the studio. Talk about when you're in the studio. What's the mode? Like, because sometimes people have different process and how they really get into their mood and really start working. So describe you when you like in the studio.
Yeah, so it's basically I got like two modes, right? It's one mode where I'm in the studio and it's like it's all me and like I'm picking beats based off what I would like to hear. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? And then the other mode is like hit maker mode. Like I'm choosing beats based off of what I think might hit, you know. So I'm looking for hits. And it's like two different modes and it's different music that comes out each mode for real. But yeah, when I go in the lab, it's all about finding a beat. You feel me? That I can listen to over and over again, and it's like something that hits without even any vocals on it. So that way, when I do start putting my vocals on it, then I already know the beat's gonna be hard, and then what I come up with it is gonna be hard too. So, and I just don't leave until I'm happy
Do
with
you
what
make it
comes
like a
out.
party? Like, do you have other people in there with you?
Nah, usually, cause I'm in there so much. Like usually, it's just me and the engineer.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have good relationships with my engineer. Like
That's good.
we tight, we locked in. And if he not engineering for me, I'm engineering for myself, or I'm making beats. Right here in the crib.
I
But
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Focus. You focus.
No distraction.
yeah.
No
When I
distraction.
made Midnight Social though, I was recording a video. I didn't even go in there to make that song. I was recording a video to another song that's on the album No Threat that I'm working on right now. It should be out in the summertime.
Yes.
I was working on a video for that song, and I was in there waiting for my little cousins because I wanted them to play. I wanted one of them to play me in the video. He was gonna be a little me
Mm-hmm.
in the video, and I was waiting for them to pull up. And my man Luke Banger, he's a producer from Baltimore. He sent me this beat, the Midnight Social beat, and I played it for the engineer. He was like, "Ooh, this is hard." And then we hung it up, and then we started doing a video. And then I played the beat while my little cousins was in there, and they started dancing. They like started doing like little TikTok dances,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Ooh, we might
I
have
can
one.
see it. I can see
I
That
can
it.
might be the
definitely see
move."
it.
They started doing their dance, and I started recording while they was in there. That was like I don't usually record with a lot of people in the room, but that was one of the times with that song, and like that kind of helped me pick the beat. I knew like, oh yeah, this one's gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
So I did start recording in there, and I saw the look in like my little cousin's eyes. You feel me? When I started making, to them it's like magic. You feel me? When you
Yeah.
coming out with a song, because it's like when you that age, like you don't know what to say when you coming up with music. But it's
That's
like
beautiful.
when I got the recording, and then after I got the first verse and the hook down, they was like, ooh. And then they played it. I saw how everybody was reacting. They was like, yeah, this is hard. Yeah, that was like one of them times. So I might record with more people in the
Yeah, I
in the
mean,
studio.
it really depends on like what the vibe is, because like Midnight Social, like that would be like that kind of vibe, when
Like you was having a
people. Yeah,
moment. Like that was
Yeah,
pivotal right there.
that's a fact.
I do
But
want
yeah.
to
usually it's like,
ask though. Are you going to do like a remix to Midnight Social? Because I can see a couple of artists that can actually be on on like a
yeah.
remix.
Hey, you think about the top 3 artists right now in hip hop that just dropped, and you could probably guess who I was trying to put on, who I'm thinking about putting on there if I can.
Who?
I, I was thinking either Dirt Yo
See, I knew you were gonna
or
say that.
yeah, Lil Dirt. That was really the only
Oh,
one I was thinking for.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was thinking he would go hard on that.
yeah, no,
Oh
that's
yeah,
He would go hard on that.
definitely. I can definitely see that. Well, first off, I want to say,
Oh wait, I have one
thank
more
you so
question.
much. Oh, God, no, no. Oh, no, I
Oh,
was just saying thank you.
oh,
But I just wanted to say thank you so much for just sitting down and having a conversation. Yo, you're such a vibe. I love it. You have amazing music. So, Danielle, what you.
yes, sorry. Being that like you're like I know we spoke about your first album, Borrowed Time, sorry. What is it that you're doing to like to make the most of the borrowed time that we have on this earth? Like, have you ever thought about that?
That's a good question, and that's really what the theme of the album was. When I was making that album, like I was in a I was in a place where I wasn't really like a rap, like looking at myself as like a rapper. So it's like I just loved how music lives past just the artist. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we listen to artists today that's not even here right now. And it's like I love how when you lay something down on the track, like it could be around forever. So it's like that's one of the things that I kind of came up with that album, and that's definitely like kind of it's just like one of them things that I was thinking about when I was coming up with it. That's why I called it Borrowed Time, because it's like this music thing is gonna live on. You feel me? It's gonna be bigger than me. You know. So yeah, like I really just I like to spend my time just because I've been in dark places and I've seen like places where people could go. You feel me? And it's like I definitely do. I'm definitely one of the people that spend their time like thinking about it. You know. So it's like yeah, I'm gonna spend a lot of time with my son. I'm gonna spend all my time trying to build as much as possible and just kind of just change for the better for real. Just keep trying to progress.
Mm, that's beautiful.
Is there anything that the man that you are at this present time, is there anything this man will tell the younger version of you?
I'll just say calm down, like just calm down and just like have some patience and like follow through on the things that you're doing and fall into don't fall in a easy money or easy wins.
Mm.
Have a plan and stick to that and build. And just don't think small. That's what I would say. So
Is that something like I know you were saying that your little cousins like you were gonna have one of them play you in the video? Is that something like being that they were so excited with Midnight Social? Is that something like you try to instill in them, like like exactly what you were just saying?
yeah, I mean it's a tough place to be. It's a tough place when your auntie say like, yeah, your little cousin look up to you, because that makes me feel like I gotta move a certain
Yeah.
way, and I can't,
Mm-hmm.
I can't act a certain way, and I can't put myself in situations where like, I put myself in the situations to fail or to lose. So I gotta. That's just is more like on your
Yeah.
shoulders to like,
Yeah.
you feel me? You gotta win us. It's motivation. So I love that. But at the same time, I do think about it like, it's
It's a lot
like
of
it's bigger
pressure.
than just what I got
Yeah.
going on right now.
Right.
And it's not just them. It's other little kids that's looking like, oh
Your
yeah, you might
son.
be
Yeah.
my favorite artist. I'm a move like him, so I don't wanna I don't wanna lead nobody that down a bad path. Like I want to lead folks. I want to lead folks to a good path. Like
And
I've been able to go.
that's good to have that mindset, because I mean, over the years, obviously with a lot of artists, men, rappers of hip hop, that has lives have been taken on. Of course, there has been this painting imagery in regards to just rap, and when it comes to hip hop, when it comes to artists, especially our black artists, um and stating like the tension, and that it's always got to be some beef or something that's happening,
Yeah.
right? And be able to have that mindset and be able to know, listen, I'm going to change the trajectory in which my music, at least I'm going to start with my music, and and put out here what I know, because I know there's other children that's watching me, because we're in that day of age of
Influence.
kids are
Kids
on
are too
everything.
influenced. The Gen
Very much
Zs,
influenced.
yes, the Gen Zs are too easily influenced.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I was one of them too. I was one of them kids that was influenced by the music, and you can see that like the culture and the music like drives like it drives a lot of it drives the young generation.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2012 to 2016 was like a big drug era in music.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of folks was picking that up. Right now, it's a big drill era in
Yes.
music. And folks,
Guns and
kids is
violence,
picking
yeah.
up their pistols and they outside, you know. So it's like everybody gotta be they gotta like have a little bit of responsibility like with what they putting out. Even if it is gonna get you a little bit of clout, you know, at the end of the day, it's gonna be your legacy to follow you forever, for real.
Yeah. Like I get it, like you know, artists like they put what they see or what they've been through in their music, which I mean, I always felt like that your music is your expression of like your life. You know, then there's some artists that just like put stuff in the music and they never lived that life.
Never lived in a day in their life.
Like they over here, John Moran growing up in the suburbs, but over here trying to carry Glocks like on live. Like that's not the life that you was living. Come on, you know, and kids they follow once you see what you do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. It's a bigger impact that you're gonna leave than just like people thinking that you cool, you know. So it's like you gotta like be grown up about that, like about what you putting out.
Right.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here, you know, this is amazing. You gave some stuff. I love to hear. This is what I'm talking about.
The best way to end our episode.
I know. Listen, right? Talk about, you know, with everything that you have learned, all the experiences, what is some of the best encouragement that you can give to other artists that's coming up, or, you know, our future artists, or somebody, a creative that's saying, you know what, I'm trying to go down this path. I'm really trying to figure it out. I'm not sure, or someone who's a little bit more seasoned and say, hey, you know, I'm in this, but, you know, what encouragement can you really give to others?
Yeah, I mean, and this is to not even just the artists. I mean, this is the artists, the clothes designers, the you know, people flipping clothes, the musical instrument players, pianists, the producers, the beat makers, the engineers. This is for all the young entrepreneurs. Like you just gotta keep moving, and you don't need a whole lot to start. And especially for the artists, you don't need $1 million to be able to make it in the game. Like Nardo Wick, he paid just a couple bucks to a couple blogs to blow up his song. And it's like you can have a huge influence if you got it, you know, and if you got the drive to be able to keep looking for what's going to work, like then it will work if you just keep pushing, you know. So I would definitely say that all the young folks that's doing something, that's trying to look for where they fit in, like look for where you fit in, find what you love, and then just keep pushing, you know, and just put in the time. Especially if you gotta work, after you're done working, start working for your dreams and make that happen. Because all it takes is a little bit. It just takes somebody to notice. It just takes, you feel me, just one W for real, and your whole life could change. So that goes for the artist. That goes for the if you're making beats, if you're making clothes, if you're making shoes, you designing shoes, everything, you know.
That was a word.
Drop the mic right there. Drop the mic right there. First off, okay, so before we head out, like, what's going on? What's next? What you got? Are you having any performances? Anything? What's happening? Are you going on tour? Are you doing anything? What's good?
Yeah. 10 city tour from New York to Florida, and then I might be going overseas. But yeah, my name is Lor Sosa. I just dropped a single called Midnight Social. Go and stream that, all DSPs, all digital platforms.
TikTok,
definitely follow me. If you don't follow me on the gram, I'm on everything: TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat. Follow me on Instagram. Like I said, Midnight Social, that's out right now. Luke Banger made the beat. On Baltimore, we in the building.
Yeah.
And just go and stream that and tune in to all the other music that I got going on right now.
Yes.
Going up.
You have a new project that's coming out that you're gonna drop this summer too.
Yeah,
right?
it's called No Threat.
Yes. Looking forward to that.
Have a date this summer, or it's still like pending, like early summer, midsummer? Late?
It was supposed to come out. Wait, what's today? June 1st?
First,
The first.
Supposed to come out today, but we had to push back.
Oh, Okay,
because of
listen,
Midnight
greatness
Social.
takes
Because
time.
this song actually started making waves on TikTok before it even dropped.
Oh wow.
I leaked just the sound, and it started making waves before we even dropped. So it's up to like 200,000 streams right now. It's been out just a couple of days. So go stream that Midnight Social. Go do the dance on
Yeah.
TikTok if you want
Right.
to. You know,
I'm gonna
no
correct
threat.
you. Not just stream it. You know, we're gonna be able to purchase the music. Okay, because listen, it takes
Yeah.
a lot to be an independent artist. It takes a lot to just be an artist in general. Trust me,
Fact.
it takes a lot of money out of your pocket to do this marketing,
Time.
to get it up there. It takes time. So, you know, I'm in trouble every week because I'm purchasing new music.
Hey.
I got all your albums. I have it. I have the new singles. Everything hands down purchased.
Yeah.
So
Tune
definitely
in.
support is so important.
You will be hearing it for sure too. If you tune in right now, you'll be the first one. You'll be the person to say, I had this. I was streaming this artist first. You hear me, boy? Before it really blow up, go crazy.
And when you come to New York, you say you're doing a city tour.
I'm in New York all the time, but I'll be in New York soon. For real.
Let us.
I got a video
show.
coming up with Star Babies,
Okay.
Yellow Zoo and Always.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be doing that.
We New
video
York
soon.
based. Let us know. We come through.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna definitely let y'all know.
All right. So first of all, thank you once again for sitting and having this conversation with us. For those who are tuned in, thank you. Make sure that you are following us. Link in, tap in with us. Okay. The full interview. If you missed it, listen, it's going to be on our YouTube channel. Okay. All you got to do is tap in, subscribe, like us, and make your comments, of course. And remember, we are bringing nothing but the realest of all reels that come through here with Lor Sosa. Thank you so much for being with us.
Appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate it.
All right. You enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good one.
Do this every time.
Like I was ready for it. Zoom.
Such a great interview.
I love it. The energy, everything. I just love his message, you know, how he talk about how he basically turned his tragedy into triumph. So that's really what, you know, definitely take from that. And I love stories like that, and to be able to recognize that, you know, you are an influence, you know, to children. Like you are influence to others who's really looking up to you. And I think that sometimes in artistry, you know, I think it gets missed, or it's sometimes it's forgotten. And, you know, they just kind of put everything and any and everything up here. Yeah. When it comes to social media. But the fact that he was able to zone in and look at the bigger picture, understand what the bigger picture is, that was a great takeaway.
Yes, guys, definitely stream Midnight Social. It's a vibe. I like it. It makes my knees hurt because I think of like doing that, like, you know, I can't do it. Like, it just makes me think my knees are hurting. But if you have the knees, do it.
You get mega knees when you're ready.
They come once in a blue moon, right? And it's not for long either. But guys, it's Black Music Month. It's June 1st.
Yes.
Like, I'm so
and I know as we're ending the season, everything like that, but check us out because we're going to be putting up some facts and different things in celebration of Black Music Month. We're going to be definitely representing for 50 years of hip hop as well. So please definitely make sure you tap in with us and following us. And guys, listen, last episode, but we will be back late August with our new season. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be back. We'll be back, and we're definitely gonna make sure, you know, so keep on tapping in with us, okay, guys? And thank you so much for all the love and support that you have done and given us over these past couple of seasons. All right, so guys, you already know it's nothing but real music, real style, and real people. I'm just your host, Aisha Lewis Redway, and of course, my beautiful co-host,
Naomi.
All right, guys, you already know. It don't get no real into this. So until next time or next season. Peace.